Hi Capricorn, welcome. So Capricorn, this is going to be a reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then I'm going to go to the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when it's for you. And before we get into it, I have to preface this by saying I actually already did your reading. And something happened that has, I don't think, ever happened before, which is I listened back to it and I ultimately decided I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with my own reading. And so for the first time, I think ever, I scrapped the spiritual general portion of the reading. So you're going to notice in this reading, when we jump to the you versus them love reading, I'm going to be dressed differently. My hair is going to be styled differently. And that's because that is from the original reading. Because the love reading came out perfect. I kept that. But the spiritual part of the reading, I don't know. It had a lot of iffy messages that maybe, yes, you can relate to. But I don't know. I didn't feel right about it. Something felt off about it to me. But I don't believe in coincidences and I don't believe that things, happen without a reason. And so I'm going to give you the gist of what that reading was about so that you have some sort of framework, okay? It's not that anything negative was in the reading or scary or anything. It just, I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me. But essentially what that reading was highlighting, Capricorn, for you is relationships. And I felt that being brought forward again when I meditated before doing this reading. So relationships being highlighted just in general. And then the reading went into business transactions, okay? And then treating relationships, even non-business relationships, as transactional. And I couldn't tell if this was coming from you, Capricorn, or from the person you're dealing with treating you that way. But there was a strong encouragement, Capricorn, to, I guess, just find a little bit more balance there because although, in relationships, there should be equal give and take, right? It's all right to have some expectation of, what you're going to do for your partner and what they're going to do for you. But it shouldn't go so far as to feel in intimate relationships, especially like you're in a business transaction, right? And I'm getting the song, We've Lost That Loving Feeling. So I felt like that reading got so super specific. It's almost like I was reading for like one person. And I don't like my general readings to get that specific. Hence why I scrapped it. But just in case, I do have somebody watching who resonates with that. If a relationship that you're in, especially like intimate partnerships, if they become business or feel very transactional, I guess that's just something to look a little bit deeper into, Capricorn. Like there should be a flow in relationships and yes, equal give and take, but there should also be love there, and not so much what's in it for me, but more of like, what can we accomplish together type of feeling, right? So something to look into. So that was kind of the gist of the reading that I have ultimately decided to scrap because I feel like it was somebody's private reading and not like a general reading. But welcome back. I'm going to redo that part. And I did get messages, again, when I meditated for this round, again, relationships being highlighted. Also, yes, business coming to the forefront and or money and career. But I also was getting that there may be some challenging, choices to make during this time frame or challenging communication coming in. So something just to take note of. So let's get into it and see. How did I know love would show up? You have the card of love and the Magician, which is literally manifesting more love into your life, Capricorn. And again, love and relationships being highlighted as important. Yep. And here's the Lovers. Now, this actually came out in the reading that I scrapped, the Lovers. Gemini energy for some of you, but soulmate energy here, partnerships being highlighted, and again, relationships. So let's go deeper, Capricorn, and see what else we have for you. So you have the card of participation, which is also the card of groups and people. So they're really highlighting other people. So I don't know if it's going to be a busy social month for you where you're collaborating with other people or participating in like group activities, family activities, things of that nature. But I'm getting a lot of, again, relationship messages, and this is talking about participation. And then you have the card of letting go. So is there something that you're holding on to, Capricorn, that maybe you need to let go of? And then the Thunderbolt, which is the Tower. So some surprising changes or events also coming forward. So let's go further and see what else we have for you, Capricorn. What else for Capricorn? No, it's not ready. Let's see what else. The Moon. The Four of Pentacles. The Three of Wands. Ooh, give me one more. The Knight of Wands. So this is picking up on your emotional state here, Capricorn. And there may be some things that you're holding back or withholding or holding in or holding on to, okay? And then the Three of Wands. So I feel like there is going to be an opening in that energy, right? Or like a change in that. And then the Knight of Wands, which is all about taking action on the things that you want. So some of you are kind of holding out for the right opportunity to maybe take action on a goal that you have pertaining to money, career, or business, and or in a relationship, or possibly both. But I feel like you're kind of holding your cards close to your chest. So I feel like this is something that is near and dear to your heart, and or something you're keeping private to yourself. You know, it's like not wanting to reveal your hand or wanting to reveal what you're maybe up to until like the timing is right, Capricorn. And when the timing is right, I feel like, you know, you're gonna strike on it. So let's see what else this is about. The Star, the Emperor. Ooh, the Empress. Okay. Seven of Cups. So you have a lot of choices here, and I picked that up earlier. And I feel this to be a positive thing, right? Like, you know, sometimes having choices can be a little bit confusing, especially if you don't really know what you want. But I feel like you actually have been holding out for something that you want, or you're very aware of something that you've been saving up for some of you. And so I feel this coming on the horizon, some sort of wish fulfillment, and like a sense of feeling like, yeah, I got this. Like, I'm in control of this, you know? And, you know, this is also the card of confidence and patience, okay? And knowing that you have options here, and that you're not limited just to one way of moving forward, and certainly not limited to one way of living, right? So I actually feel like there are several pathways opening up in front of you of possibilities, and there's actually three in particular that are being shown through my mind's eyes and through the cards. So choose wisely here, Capricorn. And how do you know when you have choices to make if you're going in the right direction? It feels good. It just feels right. Like something just feels like purposeful about it, you know, and the way that it lines up is usually in an easy way. Now, if you're coming across a lot of barriers and things are feeling difficult, then that may not be the best choice for you or your path of least resistance. So pay attention to your emotional barometer and how you're feeling, Capricorn, because I feel like that's kind of leading the way into whatever this is that's coming up for you. But let's go further and see the World, the Four of Swords. Ooh, the Chariot. The Hierophant. Wow, lots of major cards here. So, I feel like be at peace, right? Like the right things are put in place for you already. There is going to be either a monumental shift in energy for you, and or progression seen in a certain situation or relationship that you've been waiting for, because this is like, you know, resting and healing, but it's also like taking this more peaceful approach. And that's like how you're going to get things accomplished as well. It's like if you give into the drama or you give into the rhetoric or the conflict of something, it only slows you down, Capricorn, versus like if you could just stay in the flow and stay in your state of benevolence, if you will, or a state of bliss. It's like things just move along so much easier. And I tell people this all of the time in almost every reading I do. There is nothing more important. There is nothing more important. Not what you eat, not what you say, not what you do with your body and with your words. None of that is more important than how you feel, because how you feel equals how you vibrate, and how you vibrate creates your reality. So first and foremost, get into a good feeling space. Make that your number one priority every single day. My priority today is to stay in a good feeling space as long as I can. And then if I shift downwards, don't beat myself up, but just simply let it happen and then try again tomorrow. That simple rule or technique will change your life. It will completely change your life, because I think people put a lot of things ahead of their own emotional well-being, not understanding that their emotional well-being is literally dictating every single thing in their life, including outcomes and pathways. So, nothing is more important. Nothing is more important than that you feel good. And make that a priority. In fact, for the next 30 days, I'm actually doing this right now myself. And you guys know I'm an Aquarius, but I'm on the cusp of Capricorn. I'm a January Aquarius. So I'm on day 7 of 30. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm prioritizing feeling good, which means that I have to let go of or not focus on or think about the things that have been bothering me for 30 days. And I've had like piddly things like weighing on me lately, like that have been making me irritable. But I have made a vow to myself that for the next 30 days, I'm not going to pick on that, right? Like I'm not going to focus there. I'm just simply choosing to let it go. And I'm only on day 7, right, of feeling good, purposely feeling good. And it has been the best week of my life. Okay, maybe not of my life, but in a long time. Like, and I always try to practice staying on a high vibrating disc, but I've never been as vigilant as I have been in the past 7 days. Like I won't even watch content. Not a movie, not a TikTok, nothing that I think will take me off my high flying disc. So I've been like hyper vigilant about it. And I just feel like I'm on the clouds. Like, I don't know. I can't even describe how it feels. And my week has gone so well. Like, everybody around me is so nice, and like everything is so good, and like the food tastes so good, and I have so much energy. Like, y'all, you would not believe what I got accomplished the other day. I damn near cleaned my whole house, cooked, rearranged furniture, worked out, ran. Even my husband was like, are you okay? Like, what the heck is happening? And it's because worry, anxiety, fear, and depression zaps your energy. So you almost have the energy to do nothing when you're focused in that state. But when you eliminate that and you're in the opposite side of that, when you're in bliss and appreciation and gratitude and love, the amount of energy you have is astronomical. We all have the same 24 hours, but we're not all spending it the same, promise. So, Capricorn, I think I've challenged you on this one before, but we're bringing it back because spring is here, which is the true New Year's. Sorry, Aries season is the true beginning of the year, not January. And so let's make a New Year's resolution, Capricorn, that at least for 30 days, we are going to prioritize feeling good no matter what. And watch what happens. Because there's a lot of positive momentum here forward. You are right on track. Things are right on time. Again, commitments and relationships being highlighted. You may see progression or deepening of a commitment in relationships, and or a deepening in a commitment to the relationship to yourself. And yes, there are some surprises here, but this tower that's coming through, whatever this unexpected change may be, is actually helping you to let go of something you needed to be letting go of. Yes, there are challenges on the horizon, but I feel like Capricorn, you know who you are, you know what to do, and you know how to fly above the rhetoric, okay? So, ooh, and as I say that, the Ace of Cups, that's what I'm talking about. I'm so glad I redid your reading. I kept the you versus them though. So again, it's going to look like I changed outfits and hair, but no, I just recorded these on different days. Because we're going to go into the love reading now, but let's wrap this one up. Card number 55. Everything is always working out for me. This is my favorite card in the deck. It says nothing ever goes wrong, because every piece of contrast, meaning every piece of negativity, no matter how wrong it seems, is always helping me clarify what I want. And that's the thing that we want you to remember most of all. The contrast, no matter how it looks in any moment, is contributing mightily to your expansion. The things that you call things going wrong in your life are actually only the distance between the things that are so right and your current perspective about them. And how do you get to the things going so right? You got to feel all right first. And now I'm getting a song. 'Cause it's all right. I'm feeling all right. That's a good song. I haven't heard that song in a while. I'm going to go check that song out. And I suggest you do too. All right, we're going to leave it there. Enjoy the you versus them love portion of the reading. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. All right, Capricorn. Now I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it is a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. And, yeah, take what resonates. Ooh, that's way too many. Leave what doesn't. You guys know the drill. And let's get into it. So, you have the 5 of Wands, and this person has the 6 of Cups. The 5 of Wands is feeling tested, okay? So it could very well be that there's been challenges or a sense of feeling tested when it comes to this person or this connection, or perhaps just in general feeling, you know, tested lately. This person has the 6 of Cups, so this could be somebody you have past history with, somebody from the past. And or I also heard childhood friend for some of you. But for the rest of you, it's just signifying that there is some sort of history here when it comes to this connection. So I do not feel this is like a brand new person in your life. But we will go further and see what else for Capricorn. I'm going to look at how you both perceive each other or think about each other in the now. Oops, goodness gracious. And then how you both feel underneath it all, and most likely outcomes. So, Capricorn, let's see. How does Capricorn perceive, my goodness, this person in the now? The Ten of Swords, Temperance. Oh, the first thing I heard is that they get on your nerves. Okay. I'm just the messenger, but that is literally what I heard. Or sometimes they get on your nerves, right? Or there could be some element of nervousness or anxiousness around this person for others of you. But I have to say what I feel. So the Ten of Swords is here, Temperance, Five of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So this is about endings, you know, and clearing out old energy. This is about regulating your moods and your emotions, and just feeling quite emotionally drained, and then trying to be like open to new ways of seeing this person or seeing yourself or seeing things. And I feel like this is what's going on in the headspace for you, Capricorn. This person has tested your patience, tested your values. I just feel tested, like in general right now. I don't know if they've done that intentionally or not. You know, a lot of times people test us and it's not intentional. That's just what they bring. But for some of them, yes. And I feel like there's an old karmic cycle here that is being cleared out, and like a rebalancing happening for you on an emotional scale. And yet it's draining, you know. I feel like there's been something going on that's been very emotionally draining to you, and yet there's a sense of hopefulness here as well, like trying to be open-minded, trying to be open-hearted. Maybe you want this person to be more open-minded, Capricorn, towards you, and it's emotionally draining when they can't or they don't want to, and maybe that tests you, right? So we're coming like full circle here with the messages, but let's go into what this person, how they feel, or actually what they think in the current moment. How do they perceive the connection with Capricorn? Are these upside down? Okay. The Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Star, nice, and the Emperor. So this person, I feel like they want to be vulnerable or emotionally open with you. They're trying to manifest some sort of healing or possible reconciliation here in the energy, Capricorn. And yet their pride gets in the way. Their ego gets in the way. This is a sense of like, you know, not wanting to let their guard down or to have this more like stoic, I'm in control type of vibe, when actually what they're thinking about is kind of the opposite of that. So that's interesting to me, that this person thinks about coming through and manifesting, you know, some sort of healing here or hopefulness. They still have like this hopefulness in their brain, but they also want to feel like they hold the reins or something of that nature. So let's go into deeper. How do you feel underneath it all? How does Capricorn feel underneath it all? The World, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords. Oh, you like a good puzzle though, don't you? I get like maybe this person like appeals to your intellect or to your logic. I do feel Capricorns, although you're an earth sign, and maybe it's because like you're close to the sign of Aquarius, at least for my January Capricorns, that you actually tend to be more on like the logical side when it comes to making decisions in relationships than the emotional side. But I feel like you like a good puzzle. Like you like to dissect and figure out your person, you know, or like would have it broken down in your mind. And so there's something that keeps you coming back to this connection or to this person, or at least in your heart space, in your mind space, and try to rethink it or think it over again or think about it deeper. Because I feel like there is a sense with the Hierophant here of this loyalty or commitment, or, you know, trying to do the right thing type of vibe going on. And this person kind of appeals to your logic, you know. They definitely have you learning some new things about yourself and how you are in commitments or in relationships, which everything comes full circle, right? Relationships are very interesting to watch, because although it feels you are separate from your partner, and didn't I talk about this in the spiritual reading? You're not. You're exchanging energies constantly, especially if you're like living together and you're spending a lot of time together or whatever. You are constantly exchanging energies. And so it becomes hard to tell, like, did they start the fight or did I start the fight? Or like, was it my attitude or their attitude? Because it converges, right? When you're up close like that, it becomes harder and harder to tell or differentiate between whose energy is whose energy. And I get a feeling of that in this connection, even if you aren't physically close to this person. I do still get a feeling of like, are they thinking about me or am I thinking about them? You know, type of vibe. So let me grab this. I'm stuck. Some of my cards were over there. My goodness. Okay, so let's go a bit further. And actually, I want to shuffle these. I was playing with half a deck over here. If we were in poker, I'd been kicked out. I didn't realize that some of the cards were still over there. Okay, so let's go into this person's heart space. How do they feel about Capricorn? Okay. Two of Wands, King of Cups. How do they feel? The Wheel. What else? Ten of Cups. So the King of Cups is a very emotional, sensitive, but almost the most committed of, on an emotional level, of the kings, right? Now, because it's a general reading, could be male or female, king, queen, whatever. But I feel like with this showing up in their heart space, I feel like emotionally this person has kind of been at a crossroads, you know. And I don't get that it's so much like with how they feel about you, Capricorn, although some of them, but more so about like the timing of things or the involvement of other people or others or family or children, if you have children together. Like they're taking a lot into consideration when it comes to the connection, not just themselves and not just you, but like everything combined, all the bigger picture, right? And but I feel you're at the forefront of that, of their mind. Okay. Sorry, I have another message. When it comes to interpersonal relationships, it's more about not how they feel about you, Capricorn, but how you feel about them at the end of the day. And a lot of times we'll change our feelings. We will change our feelings towards someone, not because they've changed their feelings towards us, but because we think or overthink what they must be thinking and what they must be feeling, and then it changes how we feel, even if that may not be how they actually feel. So that message came through really quite clear, almost like somebody was talking to me. So I had to say that out loud. It's not so much about how they feel about you as it is about how you feel about them. Some of you have been trying to make decisions based on solely how this person feels, but you couldn't pinpoint how they feel on any given day, even if you were up close to them or inside. Well, you could if you were inside their brain, but being as we're emotional creatures and we're constant flowing energy, the feelings constantly change, right? So trying to pin down how another person feels is fruitless and will exhaust you. And so they want you to take your strength back and take your power back to the only place you truly have power, which is never in how somebody else's feels, but how you feel. How do you feel? How do you choose to feel? Not how do you feel based on what you think this person feels, thinks, or is doing, but take that out of the equation. Just simply, what do you want to feel towards this person? Because whatever you choose to feel towards this person is going to matter, because it's energy, right? And I want to give an example. Sorry, I keep going like away. I'm not going away. I'm just going maybe too deep into things, but whatever. You guys love me for me. So let me just give you an example of what I mean. If you have a partner that you love, but they irritate you on a daily basis, and you choose to focus more on the irritation than the love, then that irritation will grow over time until it becomes resentment. And if you still don't do anything about it, and you love your partner, but you find yourself resenting them sometimes, and you still choose to focus on the resentment rather than the love, the resentment will grow even bigger and will be the demise of the connection, because relationships cannot flourish in the dark. All right. Now, let's go backwards. Say, same example. You have a partner that you love, and sometimes they irritate you. But you choose to focus on the parts you love more than the parts that irritate you. And therefore, the love grows over time. And as the love grows, the partnership strengthens. It's not that they stop irritating you altogether. It's just that you choose not to put all of your focus there. And that's what grows a strong connection. It's all about where you put your focus, because you're not going to find the perfect person that never pisses you off, irritates you, always agrees with you, completely loves you. I know like they make that up on social media that exists, but people are people, you know what I mean? We're all a mixed bag of a lot of different things. Choose where you're going to focus though, but you can choose where you're going to focus. Are you going to choose the things that irritate you, that piss you off? Or are you going to give them the benefit of the doubt and realize there's things about you that are kind of irritating too, but do you like it to be pointed out? No, because you want to feel loved. Be to your people, to your partner, to your children, to your family, what you wish to be treated like. Be that, because that's first and foremost how you're going to get it in return. Almost guaranteed to get it in return. But outside of that, it would just feel good. It will feel good because you're going to be in alignment all the time. So even if it doesn't get reciprocated, you're not going to care because you feel good. You know what I mean? Like, you give somebody a compliment, you'd be like, hey, you look beautiful. And they could be in a horrible mood and they'd be like, all right, yeah, fuck you. You know, and you could be in such a good mood, you don't even care. You just laugh it off like, haha, Bill's always grumpy. And then go about your day. You know what I mean? But if you haven't been practicing happy, If you haven't been practicing the flow and you give somebody a compliment and they flick you off, you're going to be angry. You're going to be like, you might even confront them. You might bitch about it for the rest of your day. And that just simply means you haven't been in the flow long enough. You haven't been practicing being in the flow. So get in the flow. Get in the flow. All right, anyways, let's go further. Oh my gosh. The Eight of Swords. The Lovers. Yeah, because some of the blockages here when it comes to this connection are simply perspective. What you're choosing to focus upon, or what your partner is choosing to focus on. Say you're on the other side of that and your partner is always nitpicking because they're always irritated because they're looking for the irritation and not the love. What do you do if you're on the receiving end of that? Love yourself anyways. Take it with a grain of salt. It's personal to them, not to you. Do you know when you're irritated with somebody, it's not their problem? The irritation is living inside of you, not them. And they can't clean up your vibration. Only you can. So if you got irritants in here, you got to find a way to sweep it up, clean it up. And it can't be by asking somebody or someone outside of you to be different so you could feel better. Although, wouldn't that be nice? Because that's not where it's at. I be different so I feel better. That's where the power is, Capricorn. So, being as most of the barriers is perspective here, there's actually quite a strong connection or bond. A lot of thought-provoking energy coming through Capricorn. And I actually feel a beautiful union, you know, in the big picture. And movement forward, or at least that's what you desire and that's what's possible, right? So even though this person may test you and piss you off and irritate you, if at the end of the day you love them more than they're irritated, if at the end of the day you love them more than any other thing, things will move forward, okay? And or you're going to move forward regardless, right, what this other person is doing or up to. But let's see. Page of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, King of Pentacles. Oh, okay. I feel like they're going back and forth between like having this grounded, level-headed type of energy and then going into like defense mode and then getting grounded again. Like, okay, what have I committed to? Being logical. And then going into the Five of Swords, which is defeated. I don't know if this person feels defeated in the connection, or there's that Six of Cups again. In the past, they felt this way within the connection, and it kind of just brings up old stuff when you feel tested or when they feel tested. Oh, that's my sign to quit reading. My cards are now. My cards are revolting. They're like, oh my gosh, longest reading ever. So yeah, I will cap it there, but I did want to say there's the Strength card. The Hierophant is here, so that's that commitment, that's that loyalty, that's that needing to do the right thing. If this person is committed with you, or even more, has family with you, right, they're being really encouraged to stay grounded, to do the right thing, and of course, you know, honor their emotions as well, and look for the good in each other, right? If you say you aren't on that level of commitment, then I just feel like there is some sort of past history here that this person feels a sense of loyalty towards, and they feel, yeah, at the same time, a little bit conflicted, if not a lot conflicted, when things are up in the air, which I feel like they're not always up in the air. Like, I feel like there's times where things feel very practical and grounded, but they have their guard up a little bit, and there's a lot of sensitivity around that. So let's see what the guidance is. I hope this resonated with all of you or some of you. I mean, gosh, I don't know. This is probably the most detailed reading. I usually don't go into like personal stories and stuff, but I don't know. I hope this made sense to you. So come on, one card, not that one. Capricorn, there it is. There are many right ways for us to behave. Card number 28. It's possible to live on the planet with large numbers of other people who believe and behave in different ways than you and still live in peace. When you're able to focus in such a way as to allow your alignment with Source, even though others are choosing to behave differently than you're choosing, then you will truly finally be free from the bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting someone else to agree on your right way. Be open. There are many right ways, and the many right ways is what allows for your eternal expansion. Card number 18, relationships I don't want, clarify those I do want. Whenever you know what you do not want, you always know more clearly what you do want. Give your undivided attention to the improvement that has hatched from your interactions and observe only of which you like when you're observing others. And as you learn to do that, not only will you be of increasing value to other people, but you will see how your relationships will add immeasurably to your own becoming. Wow. Intense. So I'm going to leave it there with Capricorn. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Taurus here, Virgo, Capricorn, lots of Earth. I have Aquarius. I have Pisces, Cancerian energy, Gemini, Taurus again, Sagittarius, Pisces again, and Scorpio. Oh, and Leo. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do have content over there. I'm doing free collective daily readings on my Facebook, so if you don't want to miss out on a free reading daily, check me out on Facebook and follow me there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of my Facebook. Link down below as well as in the About section. Otherwise, wishing you the very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.